Okay, at this stage of the training, we shall be discussing the various stages involved in modeling the half engine block as shown on the screen. Now, one can decide to go about drawing the entire objects at once, but I think for the sake of teaching and for easy understanding and for accuracy purposes, it's good to section the drawing in various stages. Of course, the aim of doing this is to help uh, expose the young engineers on how to go about some common tools in 2D and 3D in achieving whatever task that is before them. Now, for the sake of this work, we're going to start by producing the vertical rectangle, which is the the top edge of the shape, then followed by the perforation of the holes. As you can see, we have holes in the front. Okay, that's the whole perforation of this hole. Then next to that, is the okay. Next to that is the modeling of the protrusion in the front. After which the base. Then after the base, we'll now produce again this hole, as you can see at the base. There's a hole in the base. Then finally, for the modeling part, we'll have this hole beneath created, the creation of the hole beneath. After which we assemble them because they're different elements, they're different objects assembled together. Then after the assembling, we'll now talk about the coloring. We're going to discuss this in the next stage. Sit back and understand. Then for the perfection purpose, I will suggest after going through the entire process, one should be able to come up with different dimensions altogether and repeat the same process. And by doing that, you gain mastery over the task. Don't just this one, but the one that is similar to this. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's get started. All right, at this stage, we're going straight into the proper drawing of the shape. Now, assuming all the settings are properly done, okay, in terms of the limit setting, the scaling, and the derivation or delineation of the drawing area, assuming all those things are well fixed. Now, by the way, before now, we treated the procedure involved in establishing that. So if for any reason you still have challenges in that, you can consult previous videos as regards to settings before the major work is done. Now, very quickly, I'm going to start by, okay, I want to set my coordinates to, let's assume I'm operating from the front. You know, I told you all these things have impact on the exact look of the object, okay? You can't just mistake left, right, bottom, top, and all that. They all have what they signify per time as far as any object presented is concerned. Now I'm going to start from the front side to enable me to put my thickness in that direction as demonstrated below. You can see it now. I can put my thickness in this direction. All right. Now you understand it more as we proceed. Now very quickly I pick up the rectangle. All right. I can say REC, enter, whichever way. That gives you that REC, enter, that's the shortcut. Then I pick up stuff like that, specify, let's just say any dimension of your choice. 110 against 6.2. Let's see what it gives. Yeah. Now this is what we've gotten. So what do? You can make it bigger to enable you do more accurate work. How do you go about that? You come to where's our, okay, we come to our zoom. Okay, you see it now. This is where I got it from. Right. Or you can right click and take your zoom and do it manually, and then you push it in and out, whichever way. You know, the essence of these things is to show you how to manipulate tools. All right. I can decide to make movement on top of, in front of the screen. How do I go about that? I click on this thing like somebody's hand and move it around. All right. Okay, that's one thing about this. Now, this is different kind of movement altogether. If you watch this kind of movement with palm, it moves the entire area of the canvas. But the kind of movement you want to make that has to do with the only object that is drawn. How do you go about that? You select that particular object. Now watch, this cursor pointer will not move again. I mean, this coordinate this UCS icon will not move again because of the kind of movement I want to make now. Click on this and pin it. Yeah, you see it. That is only the only thing moving there is the element under consideration, under construction is the one moving. All right, so this type of movement. The other one you can use with this palm. Click on it, that moves everything in the front. But when you want to move only the element, select that place, that part of the element you want, then click on this. Or you can better still say, you select that. When you select it, say enter, and that gives you that. But that's bad, that's what I'm here for today. All right, very quickly, we want to start up with the shape as already explained. What's next thing? I want to create room for insertion of holes at the top, at the two top edges of the element. So I can decide to do something like this. Maybe just pin up a straight line to enable me get just for sake of consistency. Yeah, for sake of consistency. All right. Then I decide to go. Now this is just my initiative. All right. It's not really. It mustn't be how it must be done, but that's just my initiative. I'll come this way and I put it this way. Now watch what I'm doing. I want to get the exact distance on the other side. What I'm trying to do. So I've gotten it now. To enable me to do something, I say no. Now I want to do something there. That's why I'm fixing that. Or better still, I can just decide to do it blindly. Okay, but when it comes to accuracy, the distance from one edge to another one is very, very important. Okay, let's assume I want to insert it from the distance. Say, okay, here. All right. And I'll put up a circle. All right. Good. I've achieved that. Then I want to have it exactly at the same distance from the other side. So how do I go about that? I will select this. I pick up this. Watch what happened. I snap the circle, mirror the circle, and that is that. I say no. I've positioned this in exactly the way we'll have it at the left side, now on the right hand side. That's what I'm trying to do. Now you may not understand what that really means, but as time progresses. All right. Now the next is to put up my what? My curved look at the top left and right side of the object. All right. How's I go about that one? I pick up this fillet. Very important. You know, I've explained how it's done in one of the 3D objects. I explain. Now for now, I'm not going to apply the 3D method because it's still 2D object. So I can't do that for now. All right. So I continue. I want to put in the other side. Reduce. I think this and reduce. Yeah. Click on it. And that is that. I've gotten it. Now I repeat again for the sake of teaching. I come this way. All right. I pick up my, what is it called? Fillet. Specify my radius. 12, that depends on what you want. And maybe multiple. If I want to make it plain. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. I've gotten it. So I've gotten the first stage of the work. Now somebody can decide to go about the work in this manner. Somebody can decide to go this way. You know, the first time I use rectangle, I can decide to use line. In that case, I put my auto mode straight, specify 110 for the dimension, take it up, I think 62, and move it again, 112, and that is that, and link up this, whichever way. But in this case, you find out that all the members are independent. They are different. So the implication of that is that you have to make sure that you join them together before you start executing any command on them. Okay, for instance, if I click on this one, only one is selected, but if I click on this one, the entire rectangle is selected. Why? Because the first one I achieved that using a single entity, which is called rectangle, or RC enter. But in this one I went 4 corners, all right, using the element line. Very important. So for me to make it single entity, when I'm working with the procedure on the right hand side, what do I do? After drawing the rectangle, I will select it and say what? J, enter. What would that have? What will I do to that? We'll make it a single icon, a single entity. Very important. So when I implement any command on it, it will pick up automatically. Otherwise, it will go individually. So take note of that. All right. So you can decide to go about drawing that. Or I can even decide to use pull line. Yeah, pull line can do that as well. Pull line. You can decide to do that. You draw 1 and 2 and snap this, take it up, and 3 and 4, assuming the directions are correct. So I've used 1, 2, and 3 to achieve this. For this first one, it's rectangle. For the second one, is line, which I later join together, and the third one is pull line. So the difference between the first and the third one, I mean the difference between the second one and the rest is just because when you click on the first and the third, automatically the shape is recognized as a single element. But if you're applying the second procedure where we use the lines throughout, you have to join it for them to recognize any command as one. Very important. Very important. All right, very quickly we can just specify or just show the differences. The first one was achieved using what? Rectangle. That's the difference. Then this second one is getting using lines, right? And this third one is using polyline. So that's different. So take note of that. All right. So, but at the end of the day, we're able to achieve the same thing. All right. So this first one is achieved using line. This second one achieved using what? Polyline. But at the end of the day, we're able to achieve the same thing because the objective remains the same. Now the style may differ. All right, so take note of that, but I'm going to measure more on this first one. All right, thank you very much. I have to shoot this one, expectation sake. Everybody side, everybody side. Okay, back to this one. Let me delete this. So next to this is to add the thickness in the direction of the Z, as you can see. In direction of Z, I want to add thickness here. So what I do, I come to my press pull. Okay, for you to access press pull, the tab home must be on. If I click, this is the tab. I've explained this severally. This is the home tab, this is solid tab, surface tab, and mesh for 3D environment in AutoCAD. Is that okay? So you can see if I click on visualize, I can see that, what is it called? That press pull. All right, so all I need to do, I have to go to the right tab for me to locate it, and that is in home tab. Take note of that. I always told us that home tab remains the most important because you have the basic tools for drawing there and tools for modifying. All right, so you get your press pull here, pick it up. Okay, you click on it. Most time it takes a little time depending on the speed of the system. All right, okay, let's watch what happened here. Draw this in. You can see the thickness is given already. All right, thickness is given already. Now I specify the thickness. What is thickness? Okay, let's just say 25. Let's assume it's 25. The for teaching's sake. Now let's try to have a picture of what we've done used in 3D before we go back. Okay, you click on this place, come to view. For you to see it in 3D, you come to panel view with tab still in home. Then you come to the view panel, and click on this and come to shaded with edges. Now that is what we've achieved for now. Let's move it around. How do we move it around? We pick up this and this. Now you can see the holes are still there. Okay, but there is need for us to perforate that place. All right, let's go. Pick up this place. Let's see. Take it backwards. Select the hole as well. Move it backwards. Now let's see what happens now. So move it around again. Now we've gotten the holes inside. It's getting the holes. Okay, the journey still continues. Now if you watch, we'll have a certain projection in front of the rectangle That's kind of projection there. So how do you go about that? All right, so I pick up a line. Now you can decide to work on it directly, but for the sake of teaching and for easy assimilation, I want to do it separate. Then later combine it before I now bring it to that place. As I told you many times, it all depends on the choice of the man in charge. All right. Now for now, I want to start up with let's say 50. Let's just say 50. All right, 50 up. Okay. Then I pick up another one. If I say 50 down. Sorry. 50 down. I snap the middle. Take it up. 50 again. Good. Okay, go this direction, say 11. Okay. And the other direction 11, either I copy it and move it. See how to copy here. I don't want to draw it again, I just want to copy it for the sake of teaching. Then I pick it up, move it to the edge. So I have both left and right as 11. I have both left and right as 11. Okay, very quickly, we'll continue again. Then at the top, we'll have another projection downwards, 11. I think so. Yeah, for the sake, you can choose any dimension of your choice, just for the sake of teaching. Put up this here, 11 as well. And that is that. Okay, then it goes in as well. Let's just say maybe 10 or thereabouts. I can draw it, or I can still repeat this. I can copy it, move it from here, and come and paste it here. All right. Then we'll now link the top to the bottom of the various top and bottom. Return 10, pick it up again, link it up. Assuming that's what we have there. Okay. Yeah, okay, let's just for the sake of teaching, then escape. Now there is circle at the top of any specific any desired dimension. You can put maybe 15 or 13 depending. Okay, let's call it 13. Okay, we've got this. All right, but then the top one is not needed. So what do? We trim it. See how to trim. Now the essence of all these things is for you to understand how tools are being used. Okay, simply by looking at the procedures and where and when each one is touched and the purpose or the role they play. Very important. All right, not just to be, but at least know where each tools are located. All right. Okay, you click on this, and that is that. All right, then I can still leave it for now. Maybe I can make some changes later. I can remove this. It's not needful. Then what I'm going to do now is to take it up and make it one entity by clicking on join. Now, mind you, joining just like fillets in 2D is different from that of 3D. Also, joining in 3D is different from that of 3D is different from that of 2D. Like I want to join this now, I take this. This is this. You click on join, and that is that. When I click on it, it's a single entity. All right. But if I want to use that of 3D, it's going to be this. But then I can't implement that on this because I'm still in 2D environment. As far as this particular shape here is concerned, I can do that on this one, but not on this one. Okay, we're coming. Then I move it. I take up this one, take it from the middle, and insert it at the midpoint of this. And that, okay, we'll see that as half of the circle is not following, but not to worry. I pick it up, whatever cost it, no problem. Locate the middle and put it there. All right. Okay, that looks like the plan of what to have in the front of it. But we're not stopping from there. The next thing is to do some perforations. Click on this, move it backwards, it's gone off. But then the one in the front is done by this. Click on this one, project it forward. Let's assume that the height is 23. I mean, the thickness is 23. Good. So we've gotten the shape in front of the engine. Now we continue again by locating the one at the base. Okay, locating the one at the base. Okay. Next to this is to insert the base of the engine. So we can achieve that using. Let's use line this time around. Okay, I'll start by stretching it to say 1 the same base length. Okay, then go say 45 this time around. Right. Now I may not bother drawing more. Okay, sorry, this length I don't like. The length is very small for that. Let me use something bigger. Okay, maybe of this length here. Now, assuming this is the length I use for the protrusion, I don't need to draw it again. I can use copy tools to move it. Can copy it, select it and copy it. Insert it at the edge. Then for the remaining one, I can select this, use copy again, move it to the edge. But this time around, I will have to select everything and join it so it can become single entity. Very important. Otherwise, I'll run into a problem. Alternatively, I can use rectangle and do this. I've explained it before. I can use rectangle and do that, or polyline, but that's bad way. Now, having gotten this, let's shift it for easy understanding. Okay. Now, next to this, I want to fillet the edge. Fillet, so let's take reduce it. Okay, just good. Repeat fillet. Okay, that's what I want to get. I've gotten the edges. Alright, next to that is to add thickness. How do I go about that? By going to my press pull and take it down. Maybe this is desired thickness. I've gotten it. Now you may decide to specify it. Okay, very important. You don't just do it blindly. Work based on the dimensions. Specify and take. Say the thickness is 30. You say 30 thickness. Good. That is good. Okay. Then next to that is to combine it together. Okay, you select it, activate move, take the edge and locate the edge of this one and click it, and that is that. We've gotten it. This can be cleaned. So we're achieving the shape gradually. Okay, we're achieving it gradually. Now, as I've explained earlier, you can decide to use your what is it called? Polyline to do that. Okay, you select polyline, move 4 corners, and this and this and this. You still get the same thing. I'll link it up, and after you move it. Alright. Now, having gotten this, I want to perforate the front. There is perforation in the front of the engine, beneath the bottom of the engine. So for that, I have to go to the front side. Then I choose the dimension. This time around, you can choose, let us say, this dimension is okay. Okay. Then I'll have to, let me add the fillet to the edges. Maybe 6. Let's see what happens. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Alright. Then I now move it to the place of interest. Move. Insert it. Let me deactivate this to easy movement. Insert it now. Now I've gotten it. Alright. Then next to this is to create the opening that we'll have there. How do you get about it? Click on this. Select this side and move backward, and that is that. Now to see what you've done, you click on this navigation bar, and that is that. We're getting to reach gradually. We're getting to reach gradually. Okay, we're going to reach gradually. Then the next to that is to create some. Okay, we'll combine it together first. We'll combine it together. Now to combine it together, you click on the union element here because we're dealing with 3D now. Click on it. Please, you have to know the difference when you're working on 3D elements and 2D elements. They all have different tools to operate in each and every one of them. So click on this, select this, enter, and that is it. When I click on this thing, it's a single entity. Alright, but when I'm working on, say, 2D, I don't use union. It's wrong. I use join. That's the right tool here. Okay, let's assume I want to work on this place now. Fix up this 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I want to join these things together, and I'm using this. Okay, yeah, because it's in the environment, you can say enter. It won't work. You understand? It won't work because it's the wrong tool for the object. But watch what happened now. The same thing, I'll select 1, 2, 3, and 4, and come to this and say this. Watch what happened. It has joined, and both of them did the same work. The role of joining the various parts. That's what they did. But then for 2D you have it different, and for 3D you have it different. So that was achieved now. Okay, I'll clean this for this efficiency. Next to this is to add color to that, but before then I can decide to check this into skeletal parts and remove all these lines that are not necessary. This line is not necessary. This one is not necessary. Okay, so I have to delete them. So look neater. This is not necessary. Good. Okay, let's view it again on 3D. I think it's clear. It's neater now. Yeah, it's neater. Now, to add color effect on it, double click on it and choose the color of your interest. Maybe you like pink or green or blue or whatever. It all depends on you. Okay, then if you don't have anyone there, click on the button. You can have plenty of them. Right, let's assume maybe yellow, stuff like this, stuff like this, or stuff like this. It all depends on you, right? Then at the end of the day, I think this color is beautiful. Okay, and that is that. You deselect all, and you've got it. So this is how this shape is gotten. Alright, this is how the shape is gotten. And you can change the dimensions as you have it in your text on the channel. Change the directions and repeat the same process. Try to force yourself to get it. That's the best. Okay, next this is to fix this base of the engine, and so we do that by going to the top perforation, select it, and locate this exact center. Okay, we'll specify 7 points. Then after the location, we'll specify the place of interest. Circumscribe. Then okay. Now, if you watch what happened now, I'm working with the front, and that's wrong. I'm supposed to set it on the top. Now, I like what happened because it explained to it helps to explain what we're talking about. You pick it up again, locate 7 sides, yeah, 7 sides. Then the center, inscribe. Okay, so you see it's facing upwards. Now, even if it's not the length, there's no problem. We can always move it later on to place of interest. Move it. That is where we want it to have it. Then, having gotten the other side, we can use mirror to get the other side of the opening. Okay, snap to this. Okay, let's put an auto mode on. Good. So I've gotten, say no, oh yes, no. Now I've gotten the bit. I've explained these things before, that's why I'm a bit in a hurry now. Now I want to place this below. I've explained how this thing was gotten. Let me still move it. I've explained it in the previous class. So I want to perforate the top. I go to my press pull and select everything, and that is that. Okay. And that is that. Good, I've gotten it. So I've gotten the base. Then next is to perforate the under, and that take is so I'm back to the base again. But this time around, the top is perforated, as you can see. All right. Then I don't need this line. I select it. I say delete, and it's gone. What of the color? Back to where I did it before. So go to color palette and pick up this, and that is that. Deselect all. Then pick it to move it to join. Pick it from this edge and link it up here. Sorry, I didn't delete the line I used in constructing them. Alright, so I'll pick up this, move, link it up here, and that is that. Okay, then to make it a single entity, I've explained that time and time again. To make it a single entity, what do? You select union, right? Select union 2, select the places you want, say enter, and that is that. So you've got it. Whichever way, it's a done job now. So the question is, how can I reproduce this? It's just a question of taking different dimensions, then repeat the process again, and as you do that, you get mastery. Now we progress again in the next drawing. Thank you very much.